We are busting out the power tools today. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today we are getting into a DIY that I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is to build an outdoor lounge. We're coming into summer here in Quebec, or we kind of are already in summer, which makes my heart very happy. I am not made for the Quebec winters yet. I have to get used to it, but I'm not quite there. I've decided that I want to do a love seat type lounge. We don't have a huge balcony, but we do have enough space where we can put a little love seat, a small table, some plants, that kind of thing, and just make it a nicer space. And I want to do the outdoor lounge, and then afterwards my next video will be a balcony makeover where I do a couple of other DIYs as well. So definitely stay tuned for that, and subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't already so that you know when that comes up. But for now we're going to get into the love seat. So we're going to start with the base, and I'm going to use 2x4s to make my base. So we're going to cut all of the pieces out first and then assemble that. To make these cuts, I will be using my miter saw. If you don't have a miter saw, don't worry. You can either get them cut at your local hardware store, you can use a circular saw, you could hand saw them if you're up for the challenge. So we're going to use this and get into making all of our cuts now. Here I have 3 at 49.5 inches, 2 at 30.5, 4 at 27.5 in the 2x4s, and then I also have 2 at 27.5 in the 2x2s, and 4 in 20.5 inches. So we've got everything here ready to be assembled, or for the base to be assembled, but we need to do a couple of pocket holes. So in both of the 27.5 piles, so in the 2x4s and the 2x2s, we need to do some pocket holes. The others don't need pocket holes, which is great news. So let's get to pocket holing these 2 piles, and then we can start the assembly process.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken, 'cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever, and I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost, no, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors.
Good news is all of the pieces fit, which, you know, happy days, happy days. I'm going to sand all of these pieces before I assemble it. The reason is that I find it easier to do that as a step. First assemble things and then give a final sand once things are assembled. And you don't have to do that step. You could totally skip it if you don't want to and just sand at the end. I know that a lot of videos that I do watch of people building stuff, often they will sand at the end. I just find I get a cleaner finish when I sand before, and then I can just finalize things. If there's any glue that's popped through anywhere, I can just sand that off. I'm actually going to start with an 80 grit and then move on to a 150 and then a 220. I need to start assembling the arms. Essentially what I've done is with the top piece, the one that was 30 by 5, I've just drawn 2 lines on either side here. That is the width of the side piece because I need to attach this support here in the middle, right in between where those two side panels go. So I just drew the lines as a guide just to help me get the right dimensions first. Then we're going to attach this on top here, or technically it's underneath, so it'll sit like so. And to attach it, I'm just going to use these 8 by 2.5 deck screws. They're in a brown color. You know, when I do the stain, hopefully they're relatively camouflaged.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight.
The arm piece is all done and I think it's looking pretty good. So next we're going to attach the side piece, the bottom piece, and the middle piece to each other on one side. So I'm not going to attach the second side yet. And then attach it to this top part. Once those pieces are together, then I'll put the final side part in to complete our armrest.
Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden.
You guys, we have progress, which is very exciting. So I've got the sides built. I now need to add the connecting parts to these sides. So there'll be a part connecting along the front here, which will complete the front part of the seat, a part at the back part of the seat, and then a rest, like a backrest support piece as well along the back. So that's these three pieces here. Now, when I did originally cut these pieces, I cut them at 49.5, but I did a little test with the cushions and it was off by 1/2 inch. Now, I totally could have left it because it was an extra 1/2 inch there, but I want the cushions to feel a little more snug so they don't move around too much when you sit down. I don't want a gap in the middle, so I just trimmed off 1/2 inch from these, so they're now 49 inches. I will have put that in the cards anyway at the beginning when I show you all the measurements, but just so you know, 49 inches.
I've been deep down stuck in the gutter. I've been off the grid for days. I've been lost just trying to forget her, but I wake up and nothing's changed. I've been gone down lost in the letters, trying to get back into place. I've been losing ground in the lost and found, cause I let it slip.
We have a frame, but we need somewhere to put our butts. So, our bottoms. The next step is to take two 2x2s, which I've cut at 23 inches. Now, these were cut at 23 inches because the depth of my cushions is 23 inches plus the 1 3/4 thickness of my 2x4. So, putting this piece in here, it'll sit perfectly in line with the cushion. Now, it doesn't go all the way to the back because I want to have a slightly slanted back. It's not going to be super slanted, but just a little bit, and that is just to make it a little bit more comfortable. So I've got 2 of these for either side, and I just need to install them at about 3/4 of an inch down because these will be my slats. So these were cut at 49 inches. I have 6 of them and they are 2x3s. So they're going to sit slatted across the 2x2s that will sit on the side. So that's the reason for the 3/4 inch drop. And that's just gonna sit in nice and snug there. So we have somewhere to put our bottoms. To help ensure that I get the right thickness, I've just put a piece here of the 1x3 so that the 1x2 will sit perfectly underneath at the exact right drop down that I need it to be. To attach the slats, we're going to be using my trusty nail gun, a bit of glue, of course, and I've got some extra pieces so that I can space this out. This will go in here against the edge, and then I will pop in my slat up against it, glue it, nail gun it in, we're done. We need to create a backrest for this piece and it will be done, and I'm very excited. So I have 2 pieces of 2x3 cut at 23 inches. However, I did cut a slight angle on the end because it's going to sit angled leaning back against this backrest here, and the angle I put it on, I had to do a couple of tests to see which was the best one. It was 20.5 on my miter saw. Now I know if you've got a circular saw you can also do angled cuts. Doing it by hand might just be a little bit more challenging. 2 of those at 23 inches with the angled cut at the bottom. Then I have 5 of these 2x3s as well at 44 inches. So I'm going to connect them all together. I've also got pocket holes in the 44-inch pieces. So I will connect those to the shorter pieces. These are the sides. This is going across. We're going to connect everything together and then add it to the outdoor lounge.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for
Okay, moment of truth.
I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
Oh my god.
I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out.
It's just perfect. Oh thank god. I have 2 updates about this outdoor lounge. One, I completely stained this and it was ready for top coat, and then I looked at the stain color the next day and it was just orange. It was awful, and I don't know why. The color that I had chosen was early American, and I'd used it in the past and it was not the same. It wasn't super bright orange. It was really quite a nice color, so possibly I used it with a different wood, but I'm not sure. Anyway, with this, no good. So I spent the better part of yesterday removing the stain. As much work as it was though, I'm really happy that I did it because it just wasn't the right color. We're going to change it up to a different color. We're going with a dark mahogany instead. I've already tested it out. It's much better. The other thing is that when I removed that, it gave me a chance to add in 2 additional support pieces. So I just put in 2 extra 2x4s to make sure that these slats are nice and solid on here. There is no way that they are going anywhere, that they're not going to break, and it definitely feels a lot more solid to sit on, which is obviously what we want. So I'm going to get to popping on this new stain color now, refilm this whole process, and probably be very exhausted by the end of it.
In and out of love, never get enough. We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time. But when it's hard, you just grow cold up. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. It's deja vu.
The stain is definitely looking much better than the orange monstrosity that originally happened, so it was definitely worth the work, although it was a lot. But we need to talk top coat. Now, because this is going outside, I needed to get an outdoor top coat, and the one that I found is this Spa Urethane. So it's oil-based, it's by Verathane, it's oil-based, and this one has a satin finish. I couldn't find a flat finish. It seems like it only comes in a gloss or a satin, at least at my hardware store, and it is the best type of protection that I could find for outdoor furniture. We're gonna go with this. I know there are other options like using resin as well, but this is the one I'm going to use. It seemed like the easiest, most durable option to go with. It's time. I need to set up my lounge on my balcony. You're actually getting a little bit of a sneak peek. I am currently working on a balcony makeover as well, which will be in the next video, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let's pop this in place, put it all together, put the cushions down, and take a look. Pretty excited. This space needed something.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden.
We've got a bit of a half sun, half shade thing going on, so if you could jump into the sunlight. Thank you for coming on this journey with me today. I'm really pleased with the outcome. This is the biggest thing that I've ever built, and I think with each project I'm just getting better and better. Definitely some things that I learned from this. Try your stain first. Check to see if it's gonna be orange. We don't want that unless we do. But I didn't want that. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like, the bell notification, and definitely stay tuned for next week when I have my full balcony makeover. I think it's gonna look really, really nice and just make this a much more inviting space. Just wait till you see what the balcony looks like before this. I promise you, not pretty. And follow me over on Instagram as well. I post little updates and stuff on there, and I'm definitely trying to be a lot more proactive on Instagram at the moment. I will see you guys next week with my full balcony makeover. Until then, goodbye.